Elon Musk, the world's wealthiest individual, is making headlines again. This time it has everything to do with his company, Neuralink. Neuralink seeks to build devices that interface with the brain, helping those with paralysis, memory issues, and more. As usual, when it comes to Musk, it's not just about the science. There's plenty of drama that goes along with it. Musk has all but guaranteed human trials by the end of 2022, but the company has been embroiled in drama at every turn. Executives dropping like flies, treatment of animal test subjects has been called into question, and sex scandals make the whole thing seem like a real-life Jerry Springer episode. And to top it all off, a surprise contender may have knocked Musk off his throne, snatching the first FDA approval for human trials. Join us for an in-depth look at what Neuralink has accomplished so far, their significant hurdles on the path to success, and how others may beat them to the finish line. Plus, how brain implants already help some individuals live more fruitful, engaged lives in society. To understand where the company and technology stand today, it's essential to look at their beginnings. Founded in 2016, Musk shared his vision for the future. Not only would his technology eradicate brain diseases, but it would make you smarter. It would be able to send messages and images to our friends and family with a simple thought. Musk rarely focuses on the first baby step of his ideas, choosing to romanticize every what-if scenario that pops into his head. Neuralink is a brain-computer interface system, BCI for short, but it wasn't invented by Elon Musk, which might be surprising to some. Research began in the 1970s at UCLA and was further explored by DARPA. Progress stalled in the 1990s, creating an opportunity for an enterprising visionary like Elon Musk. The human brain constantly fires off electrical signals, giving your body directions and fueling thoughts. It's already a supercomputer in its own right. But like all computers, sometimes there are glitches, bugs, and parts that stop working, as well as they once did. Aside from DARPA's military research, most research prior to Neuralink has been focused on medical applications like enabling paralyzed patients to better navigate the world. A landmark study in 2012 demonstrated the concept with two participants who were able to control a mechanical arm using only their thoughts. They successfully reached for, grabbed, and pulled objects towards them, allowing one woman to serve herself a cup of coffee for the first time in 15 years. Moving stories like this make it easy to understand why this BCI technology is so compelling. But there are limitations, and technology applications are primarily research-based, meaning the patient who drank coffee on her own can't replicate the task at home, only in laboratory settings. BCIs already implanted are based on UTAR arrays, tiny spiked chips that directly pierce brain tissue, with wired external plugs that can then hook up to external tech like computers and robotic limbs. Neuralink's system, on the other hand, is designed to be wireless. And where UTAR arrays have fixed electrodes, the link will feature flexible threads of electrodes that can be strategically placed based on each patient's needs. An added benefit of this model is that the implant, called the link, can avoid blood vessels, reducing the risk of internal bleeding or additional damage to the brain. And rather than focusing on physical applications, Elon Musk envisions better independence through the control of mobile devices and computers. He may not be wrong, as humans have become increasingly connected to our technology. He claims that we've already reached a semi-cyborg state, relying on our smart devices to help us navigate and control numerous facets of our lives. Some patients who already have functioning brain implants agree with the quasi-cyborg designation. Take Nathan Copeland, for example. He's been part of a research project at the University of Pittsburgh since 2014. He was left paralyzed from the chest down after breaking his spine in a car accident. His implants give him control he wouldn't otherwise have, but are limited to his right arm and hand. There aren't any health benefits to his implant, but it's very cool and very rewarding to be able to interact with his environment, even in a limited way. When asked about Musk's vision for the future of implants and what he would do with them, his answer might surprise you. He would play video games with it. It's a pastime that he enjoyed before his accident, and he would love to dabble in Final Fantasy XIV in addition to the regular beneficial science stuff. For some, this might seem like a waste of technology, but it proves Musk's point that we find enjoyment and fulfillment through technology. And it looks different for everyone. Whether it's self-driving vehicles taking us from point A to point B, communicating with loved ones, or playing a video game. The applications are limitless, and the link could make the world a more accessible place for those who have been forced to the sidelines via trauma or disease. Neuralink went viral with a video it shared of Pager, one of the macaque monkeys used for research, playing Pong using only his mind. Two links focus on hand and arm movements on the left and right sides. Pager successfully controlled the basic game for several rounds at a time, signaling another critical step on the path to human trials. Skeptics may draw comparisons to Caesar from Planet of the Apes, but in real life, trouble started circling Neuralink for its treatment of the research animals. A document submitted by the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine claims that the research animals were not adequately cared for. Additionally, the use of an unapproved substance called bioglue resulted in several dead monkeys. While the allegations were lodged at Neuralink's partner, UC Davis, it was close enough that the company had to reply on their blog. They denied any wrongdoing while working with UC Davis, acknowledging the dissolution of the partnership in 2020 and detailing the steps they have taken to exceed the requirements put in place for animal testing. Animal rights aren't the only or even most recent hurdle that Musk and Neuralink have had to face. Co-founder Paul Merola left the company in early June, leaving the company with just 2 of the 8 founding members. Merola left for a stealth project that hasn't been announced, so only time will tell where Merola has set his sights. Max Hodak, the president of Neuralink, made waves when he left the company in May 2021, investing in rival startup company Synchron in February 2022. Synchron is the company that just pulled the rug out from under Musk, acquiring the first FDA approval for human trials, having already implanted its first device in July 2022. Synchron implanted a device into an ALS patient, and the device should allow the patient to communicate by sending thoughts through emails and text messages. Outside the US, Synchron has implanted devices in 4 other patients in Australia, who have successfully used them for shopping online and sending messages via WhatsApp. Both companies have similar short-term applications, enabling those who are physically paralyzed or speech impaired, such as those with Parkinson's or ALS. But Musk still sets his sights higher, doubling down on his message that his device will ultimately be a Fitbit in your skull. One reason Synchron may have gotten the green light before Neuralink is the delivery mechanism. While the link still requires major surgery, removing your skull to gain access to the required brain segments, Synchron uses a wholly different method. 2 procedures use a catheter that installs a device called a stentrode via the jugular vein, ultimately setting up shop in a blood vessel in the brain. While both carry risks, Synchron is decidedly less invasive. And while scientific advances and corporate shuffles may not always make mainstream media, you can be sure that sex scandals do. Elon found himself in the middle of one when it was leaked that he had fathered twins with Neuralink senior executive Shivon. Once social media caught wind of the debacle, Musk took to Twitter with a blaze response, claiming to be doing his best to help the underpopulation crisis. Musk's turbulent personal life receives supernova attention at every turn. It could seriously mar the companies he's connected to, damaging their reputation and potentially inhibiting future progress. He's been accused of exposing himself to and propositioning a SpaceX employee, as well as having an affair with Google co-founder Sergey Brin's wife, Nicole Shanahan. He's denied all allegations, but his already eccentric reputation may continue to suffer with each viral story that's released. We're a long way off from being able to use Cerebro like Professor X, locating and communicating with people using only our minds. Still, the future is here, and whether it's Neuralink, Synchron, or some other company that doesn't exist yet, someone will unlock the brain's hidden potential. That's all for today's video. We hope you're excited about the direction technology is taking us, especially when it comes to making science fiction a reality. What would you use a brain implant for? What do you think the dangers of brain-computer or brain-machine interfaces are? Sound off in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, leave us with a like and subscribe with notifications enabled to see more Elon Musk and scientific advancement news. Until next time.